Hey everybody, I'm Joe, and I went out and took pictures and posted them on social media every single day of 2024. And so today I just kind of want to do like a full recap of the whole year. I want to do 3 things. I want to tell y'all about my 10 favorite days, the things I learned from doing this every single day for a full year, and then I want to finish up with my 25 favorite images of the entire year. So I'm here at Pinckney Island National Wildlife Refuge today. And let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, it's so weird to post a YouTube video like this again. It's been so long. And also, this is my actual job now, like doing videos, but I don't ever post on YouTube. It's so weird, but I'm glad to be back. Okay, the 10 most fun days. So I'm gonna do them in the order that they happened. I'm also going to tell you why they were so fun, what was so great about that particular day. We're gonna start off with day 21. That was the day that I went out and took pictures of Caleb with his guitar. The reason why that day was so fun really is kind of just spending time with my younger brother and being able to support him. And I remember being his age. You can go through the videos on this YouTube channel. I was obsessed with doing flips and making videos like this, to be honest. And so it was really cool to kind of see that he has that same spark that I had. Another reason why that day was so fun is because I had been wanting to do portrait photos during the sunset where I used a flash to also brighten up the person. So you kind of get the gold sky, but the person is still bright. It's not a silhouette. And that was one of the very first times that I did that on my own. And I mean, obviously the pictures, I just am really happy with how they came out. The second day was day 41. This was when I went snowboarding and I took my little camera from 2002, my little 2 megapixel camera. I did a lot of videos with that camera. I got that at Goodwill and paid $6 for it. And it's so cool. You just flip it open. You can only take 30 pictures. It looks like film. Since you can only take 30 pictures, it's very similar to film. The reason why that day was so fun, that was the first day of my great friend Levi's bachelor trip. If you've seen the old videos, you know Levi. He's been one of my greatest friends for years and years and years. And to go on a bachelor trip with him and all of my buddies snowboarding was just so fun. When I look back over the year, that is one of my favorite days of the whole year. Third day, pretty related to the bachelor trip, was Levi's wedding. He was the first out of any of my really close friends to get married. I guess I should also say he's marrying my cousin's cousin. So I am related to the girl to his now wife. And I've known her my whole life. So it was just so cool to see them finally get married. Now that I'm a videographer, I film a lot of weddings. And it's definitely different when you know the people. To see the love in their eyes was definitely special. It was really nice to just be able to relax at a wedding for once. I cannot tell my story of me at the wedding without saying that during the reception, I did rip my pants like 5 minutes in, just right in the butt. So that was pretty awesome. To have all my friends and family see my underwear for the rest of the night was definitely special. So now we're up to day 4. And that would be day 74 when I went to the Church of the Cross at night. This is one of the days this was one of my most fun days of the whole year because I went out and took pictures every day. Something very important to me with going out and taking pictures, especially my landscape photography, which is the thing I'm most passionate about, is I want my photos to be unique. I want to go places that people have been before, and I want to show something new. It was just that feeling of, this is it. This is what I've been trying to do. I got it. We're up to 5 now. Day 86 is when I went to St. Mary's, Georgia. This day, I do remember the whole day. So my roommate, Jacob, found a truck in Jacksonville. And I offered to, I'll drive you to Jacksonville. We can go look at the truck if you want to get it. You can drive the truck back and I'll drive my car back. I wasn't gonna be home to go take pictures in time before it was dark. So I thought, you know what? I'm in Jacksonville. Let me just stop somewhere on the way back. I'd heard of this St. Mary's place. Didn't know what to expect at all. No expectations. I show up there and the lighting was just perfect. It was like kind of hazy. It's right on the water. The sun was starting to go down and the conditions were just perfect. I never ever would have stopped there if I wasn't going out and taking pictures every day. When I was there, it felt like this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here taking these pictures right now. I didn't know that when I woke up this morning. I didn't even know that when I drove to Jacksonville. I didn't even know when I turned off the interstate to go to St. Mary's. But when I was there taking pictures, I knew that that's where I was supposed to be. Day 6 is day 92, which was actually Easter morning. I've always lived within 30 minutes of the beach, my whole life. And there are a lot of churches around here that on Easter morning, they go to the beach during the sunrise to have a service. Ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to go to one of these Easter sunrise services. And just for one reason or another, never happened. My church wasn't doing it. I didn't want to wake up early. This year was the year that I finally said, you know what? I'm waking up early. I'm going to do this. And, you know, in that way, it's kind of been a bucket list goal for me. And it doesn't hurt that the photos turned out amazing. You know, the church, I let them just use the pictures for free. And I'd say the last reason why that day was so special to me is I had recently gone through a breakup a couple weeks before that. That morning, I kind of helped me come to the realization of like, no, I'm okay. I don't need somebody else. I can kind of step away. I don't need to be trying to talk to anybody. I don't need somebody else in my life. And it really helped me reset. Sorry guys, my head was getting chopped off there. Had to fix that. Watch, now I'm gonna be too short, which I'm gonna be honest guys, I am short. I'm just gotta come out. We're up to day 7? Are we up to the 7th day? Okay, that would be day 183, which is when I went to Fort Pulaski with my friend Walker. You know, I've grown up and have always been very competitive. And so it was kind of fun for us to both put our pictures in the video and kind of see, hey, whose is better? I know that photography is not really like, it's not necessarily normally a competitive thing like that. And obviously the experience of just going around this fort with my buddy Walker was just such a fun time. Something else that made it special was just going out and taking pictures with somebody else while they were also taking pictures. And to have that kind of companionship of somebody taking photos with you was really helpful and really like rejuvenating. So day 8 is a cluster of days that I'm just gonna include as one slate. Was day 253 to day 258, which is when I went to Asheville with a lot of my friends. We did so many things on that trip. We went horseback riding. We went to the Biltmore. We went hiking to like Grandfather Mountain. We went hiking to a couple like waterfalls and stuff. We went to Sliding Rock. It was just 4 days of something new every single day. It was the vacation of my year. My summer is my busy season. I was doing sunset photo shoots on the beach 6 nights a week on top of all of my video work that I do. So, you know, during the summer, there was probably 5 or 6 days that I took off. The rest of the summer, I worked every single day. And so I knew I had kind of had to plan a trip for the end of the summer. So I had something to look forward to. And that's what it ended up being. Looking back, another thing that made that trip special is it was about 2 weeks before Helene hit the Asheville area. You know, my heart goes out to all those people. It was really weird to see the videos of all the destruction in Asheville and the surrounding area when I had just been there less than 2 weeks before. Okay, and segueing perfectly, it's almost like I did this on purpose, but I swear I didn't. Day 9 was day, 272, where I went around town and photographed all of the damage from Hurricane Helene. It's weird to say that that was such a fun day because it's kind of sad to go around and see your hometown kind of not doing well, you know, with trees falling all over the place. But really the heart of it was I got together with me, Levi, Josiah. We just got in the truck, rode around, went all around town. you know, me and my friends would have done that anyways. You know, we like to find an adventure. And it's nice when the adventure just presents itself. It's right in front of you. You don't have to go look for the adventure. You know what it is. It's going around and seeing how many trees fell over everywhere. And taking pictures of it actually made it more exciting because now I'm not just like seeing it, I'm also documenting it. All right, we've done it. The 10th and final day. That would be day 363 when I went to the angel oak tree. If you go on Google and you go on Google Images and look up oak tree, that is the first tree that pops up. And I live, you know, an hour and a half away from it. It's always super cool to go to. And I went with two people that had never gone before. I went with my friend Walker and my friend Lauren. The reason why this was a fun day was not those pictures necessarily. It was just that day going to Charleston. After we left, me and Lauren just went to downtown Charleston. And then we went to the lights at James Island that they do for holidays every year. Those are my 10 most fun days. I think you can kind of see they all had their own unique ways of why they were so fun. And I learned a lot of lessons from those days. So I'm going to tell you about all the things that I learned from this insane challenge now. I'm going to move you guys again though, okay? Stay tight. So before I steamroll into this, I'm sure you notice I'm holding this little notebook. I gotta have my notes in here for this video to keep me on track. I also want to show you, I think this is super cool. For my videos that I did all year, all of the voiceovers, I would write them down in here and then I would just read them off. So every voiceover that I did is in this notebook. I think this will be something that I'll hold on to for the rest of my life. I think it's super cool. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get into the top things that I learned from this challenge. Number one is there is no bad photography weather. You know, if you're a beginner photographer, you might not ever think about this. You might only photograph when it's sunny and it feels nice outside. But a lot of photographers, they only shoot when it's rainy. That's their vibe. That's their stylistic choice. Some photographers, they only shoot when it's overcast. Some only shoot at night. When you're going out every day, it's going to rain a lot of days. It's going to be cold a lot of days. So just food for thought, if you're a beginner photographer, there's no bad photography weather. All right, the second thing that I learned, not every day can be 100% effort, and that's okay. When you're doing a challenge like this, where you say some absurd goal, you have to follow through with it. Even if that day you can't give it your all, you know, you're working all day, you only have 30 minutes to go out and take photos, go, still go. Keep giving yourself those small wins. Do not take a small loss, take a small win. The third thing I learned, and this is kind of related, some of the hardest days will have the best results, so still show up. You know, if you're having a tough day, you don't want to go out, you don't want to photograph at night, you can't figure out where to shoot, you've hit the creative wall. Sometimes you just got to hit that wall one more time, you know, and you break through. And that's really like the most exciting, is when you break through those walls. Is so much more exciting than like not having those walls there at all. When you set out on a goal like this, the right people will understand your commitment. I was very lucky with having so many supporting people in my life that saw that I set out to do this goal and God dang it, I'm gonna do it. Like whether they want me to or not. And they were all supporting of me. They were all understanding of me. I think that's some advice that I could give to anybody that's trying to chase a dream is, you know, don't be afraid to chase the dream if you think the people around you are not going to support you, because the right people will. And it really can be a good way to, you know, learn who those people are in your life. Okay, another thing I learned is to not be afraid to try something new. I kind of get sick of doing the same thing every single day. And so trying something new is something that I really for myself I really have to do. But I would also encourage somebody, if you're not that kind of person, push yourself to be that kind of person, you know? It was very few times that I tried something new that I was not actually happy with, to be honest. It's the things that I already knew how to do and I knew how I wanted to do them, and I have a specific way and have shots that I can compare them against. Those are really the days that I would get upset more than the days where I tried something entirely new. And then I have one more thing, which is remember to enjoy the process. If I'm talking about it, I always am very upfront with people that it was a very tough challenge. I don't know why I put myself through it, but at the end of the day, I wanted to do it. And so it's on you to make sure that you're enjoying the things that you're making yourself do. A lot of these things that I learned are not really related to photography at all. I think that shows the importance of challenging yourself to grow. And so those are the things that I learned from this very ambitious challenge. We are going to finish up with my 25 favorite images. Oh boy. Okay, I figured I'd do this last section in my apartment with all my pictures behind me, this whole wall covered in photos. Some of the ones on this list are on the wall here. So let's get into it. The top 25 pictures I took all year, or my favorite at least. We're gonna do 25 is sunrise in flight. The thing I really love about this picture is you have the silhouette of the pelican, but if you look in the background, you can see other pelicans flying in a line that parallel between the group of pelicans and the one kind of by its own. I don't know, something special about it. Number 24, above travel. This is a really good example of leading lines. Railroads always are, for photography, such a good way to learn about leading lines. Using that in a different way by using the drone was really creative, and I'm really happy with how the picture turned out. Okay, 23 is congratulations. Maybe it's just special to me because it's the last night of this challenge that lasted me a year, actually over a year. I actually began taking photos on December 31st of 2023. That way I could start posting on January 1st. But it was still important for me to go out and take pictures every single day of 2024. There, you know, fireworks are always cool to photograph, but showing the people watching the fireworks was special. Number 22, Biltmore Rose. I don't know, this is just like a super simple picture of a rose, but it looks so good. Like the bokeh or the blurriness in the background, you can see all the different circles and everything, and really just the colors look so great. Nothing special, but just simple and very, very clean. Okay, we're to 21. That would be The Nest. This is of the Hilton Head High football team. Pre-game, I work for a local TV station now, and we film local high school football games. And this was just one of those days that I actually had time to photograph before the game. And you know, it's something different. I don't get to take pictures of action sports a whole lot, which I would like to get more into. But 20 is May River Reflections. I think I actually took this picture in like the last week of this challenge. What I really like about it is the orange, and it's kind of an abstract image in a lot of ways. Okay, number 19 is called Boat Search. The reason I call it that is because this marina from top down, it kind of looks like a word search. I just think anytime that you're taking pictures with a drone, if you're pointing straight down, and so simple, and a lot of these photos you'll see are very simple. You know, those are some of my favorite images of people that I've admired and looked up to, are when their images are so simple that they are relaxing. Not saying that this is a relaxing image, but it kind of has that element in it. Okay, number 18 is Soft Summer. Because of the way that Hilton Head is positioned, the sun sets, so if you're on the beach, it's pointing behind you if you're looking at the water. And yeah, you don't really get those reflections that you really want, but the light of the sun illuminates the dunes, which are a really important part of the beach. And I just like this picture that it's kind of showing off the dunes, but it's soft, you know, it's subtle about it. All right, 17, low country lifestyle. This one I can totally picture being like on front of a magazine cover about the low country. It helps images so much, especially landscape, to have people in them, to show scale. I think it really like makes it so much more impressive of like, wow, look at how big those oak trees are. We're getting close to like the top of the top of the top. I will say, I took and edited over 4,200 images this year. So this top 25 has narrowed it down quite a bit. 16, this one's just Lauren. I don't have a fancy title for this one. I just went out and took pictures with my friend Lauren. She has alopecia. I think it was a great video. And I really think that this is probably the best portrait photo I've ever taken. Especially, you know, knowing her story of having alopecia and kind of struggling with that. I just think it's such a beautiful image to show how powerful she still is. All right, 15, black and white waterways. This is just a good old drone photo showing the waterway, showing the houses kind of on that bluff, and then seeing all the marsh. I always think that it looks like the branches of a tree, you know, arms of a tree reaching out, and see the way that the waterways work here. The drone is such a powerful tool for that. So 14, this one is just called Who. If you're a wildlife lover like myself, I think it's pretty self-evident why this picture is so good. Such a close-up image of an owl is really tough to do. And the detail and the feathers in the face of the owl, I immediately fell in love with it. All right, number 13, 4th of July palms. This was my first time ever photographing fireworks. It's kind of a learning process, and you know, you only get like 15 minutes to figure it out. And this image just struck me so much of like, wow, these fireworks really look like palm trees. You know, I'm taking pictures of them on Hilton Head and kind of tying those parallels together. Number 12, foggy lighthouse. This is an example of when you go out and take pictures and the conditions are perfect for a unique looking shot. I think that the foggy conditions add so much mystery to this picture. That lighthouse is one of my favorite landmarks in all of Beaufort County, if not my very favorite, to be honest. 11, it's the Daddy's Girl Shrimp Boat in Old Town Bluffton. Actually, I think I have this picture hanging up on the wall somewhere. One moment. Oh, here we go. Here it is. I really love the lighting on the boat and the clouds. The way that the clouds are dark and the boat is kind of popping, but then they get brighter up here, adds so much to the image. I really love it. I think everybody loves a good picture of a shrimp boat. So it's been very important for me to get those images. All right, we've made it to the top 10. We've done it. I just want to take this time to say thank you for watching all the way to this. I really do hope that this has kind of encouraged you to, if you have a goal that you want to set out for yourself and you feel like it's too ambitious, it's only too ambitious if you don't follow through with it. This one is called Family. This is just a good old wildlife photo of some ducks. I don't know what to say other than they were cute. The image looks, the detail is great in it. The lighting was great. Nothing too fancy about it, just cute. All right, number 9 is the Bridge of Dreams. This is the downtown Beaufort Turn Bridge. And what I really love about this, it's calm, but I love the energy and the lights. I love the starbursts. Also love the color. It's just a gray bridge, but at night, when everything else is black, that bridge is shining and it's so beautiful. And I did say that the lighthouse is my favorite landmark in Beaufort County. That bridge might be number 2. It might be number 2. Number 8 now is Harbor Town Sunset. I have tried to get a good sunset photo of the Harbor Town Lighthouse for so long. Like, it has just evaded me. It's just that, keep trying, don't give up, keep going. You gotta go. You don't know if the sunset's gonna be good or not until you're there. So you gotta put yourself in that position. You show up enough times, you're gonna get lucky, but it's not luck because You're making it happen. You're going back until you get that shot, and this is that shot. Okay, number 7. This one is Risen. And I already talked about the day that I took this image on. This one is just so special of the cross. The colors are so great, and really just that personal story for me of that day makes this image so special to me. I think having the people in front of the cross kind of looking up at it adds so much, and it's just a great image. Number 6 is the Palestrine wetlands. I just love green, and I didn't get that many like bright green pictures, but I feel like something about this image is kind of like a mysterious trail. You know, it's kind of like an adventure. Something about it excites me, and I can't even really place what it is, but maybe you're seeing what I'm seeing. Maybe you're like, this shouldn't even make the top 25. I don't know. Let me know. Number 5 is the Beaufort Marina. This black and white photo, this is like as good as it gets for me. The haziness, kind of having the bridge in the background as it's turning. You know, it's not even fully turned. It's in the process of turning. Is like, that's only a moment in time. That bridge probably takes 20, 30 seconds to turn fully. There used to be 3 turnstile bridges that looked exactly like that in Beaufort County. That's the last one standing. It's really important to me to photograph that bridge and showing why it's unique, what is special about it. And I think this is the best example I've ever gotten of the bridge while it's turning. All right, number 4, low country boating. This one, I know I have this one on the wall. I love the colors in it. It's right here. Look at this. The choppiness in the water and the different colors throughout are so nice. I also just thought this boat with the 2 guys on it, they got all their fishing poles. It was very like Outer Banks-ish, if you ever watched that show. Think back to the Hunting Island Lighthouse. They used that in the Outer Banks in the show, so, you know, there is kind of a tie-in. 2 boys out on their boat to go fishing. That's such a local thing here. Number 3, the bronze medal is to the Three Amigos. This one I also have on the wall. I'm gonna grab it. Here we go. This is potentially my favorite wildlife photo I've ever taken, because the storytelling in this image, I mean, these little guys just each have so much character, their hair going all over the place, which I know it's not hair, but so funny, and mom just sitting there over them. Number 2 is black and white surf. What I was saying earlier about having the drone and kind of pointing it straight down, this is the embodiment of that. This really is such a simple image, but there's so much to it because of all the contrast in the water of like, you get such dark darks and such light lights showing all the action in the waves. But as you get closer and closer to the shore, you know, it's calmer and calmer, and then that's that person walking. I just think it's special. I think it reads really well, and it's really simple, and I love that. My favorite photo of a year of going out and taking photos is, give it up for the Demure Sunset. I don't know, this name, it might be subject to change, but this image embodies so much of what I was talking about with the simplicity. This is the most calming, relaxing, soft, beautiful sunset, but the colors are still pop so hard. This image really, to me, feels like it can go anywhere. You can put this wherever you want it to go and it'll fit there. Maybe that's not for everybody, but for me, with the kind of landscape photography that I want to do, I really think will be one that will remain special to me for a long time because of its simplicity, because of it's just a beach sunset. Everyone loves a beach sunset. That's why it's my favorite image of, you know, I'm being serious, hundreds of thousands of images that I've taken. Over 4,000 images that I actually edited. It's been a long year. I'm very glad to kind of close this chapter of really my life. Obviously, if you haven't seen the videos, they're on this YouTube channel. You can click on the shorts tabs and you can scroll through and you can watch all of these videos that I created, one every single day all year. If you want to support me, I did all of this for free. I've not made any money off of this. I've sold a couple prints. I would love to keep doing that. If you want to purchase a print of any of the images that you saw today or any of the images that you've seen in any of my videos, contact me. I would love to work with you. This really is my dream job, is to take landscape and wildlife photos and sell them. You know, I am a videographer and a photographer full time. I have my own business. And this is kind of that next step for me, is I really want to focus on this landscape photography that I've really been working on for the last 4 or 5 years. I know I still have a lot to learn. You know, always subscribe, click the notification bell, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye everyone. It's so weird to make YouTube videos again.